We have been pulling this death card so much recently for this collective, and it's only natural considering we are in the final quarter of this year of the snake. So I was doing a reading on TikTok, and a message that had came through was, because you're in the final quarter of this shedding that is this year of the snake, of this 9 year, it's natural for things to come in and try to penetrate this force field of peace, this incubation that you are currently in. But you may be getting tested, but you will show them that you have studied. And originally this had come out in the reverse, this 10 of Swords in the reverse. Because you are quite literally mending your own heart. You're not asking for permission. You're not asking to be seen. You're not asking to be understood. And that dismantling, these dismantlings that you are currently experiencing, a lot is coming to the light that you didn't even notice you were suppressing. So you might have an emotional experience during this fall and winter because you're realizing that certain ideologies, behaviors, habits, your perceptions, there's things on a deeper level. And your connections are not surface level things. They definitely are not, especially for you, because these readings are for a deeply empathetic, very compassionate collective where you are naturally led by your emotional body. And that's another thing you might be making peace with during this period of time, this period of there's so many messages trying to come in right now. So I'm trying to keep it like succinct right now. Let me just sift through it the best that I can. Things that are coming in trying to penetrate your bubble, your force field of peace, is not because, it's not like, it's not because evil eye getting cast at you, but because you're up leveling, people might be unconsciously casting that evil eye at you. So now you are being called forward to strengthen, to become more solid within yourself, for you to fine-tune yourself, and all of the tools that you have gathered from this whole year, us being in the final chapters of this snake year. It's like things are going to come up to ask if you are ready to evolve or repeat. Both come with pain, both come with pleasure. Repeating a certain cycle or leaving a certain cycle. Right now, it's your choice what you get to do with your life. And I know that can be, I know that can be a little bit daunting because you have so many choices to make. You have so many decisions to make. Sometimes it can feel overwhelming, but trust, like, you can't make a wrong decision right now. You are so in tune with what it is you are calling into your life because you are doing the inner work. This is inevitable. So this period right now, don't get so caught up in feeling like this rest period, this incubation is out to get you, because it's not. It might feel like you took a step back away from things, like you were pouring so much of your energy, your focus and attention into a certain something that right now it might feel like it's on the back burner. And it's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's not because you fell off track. It's because it's like when you work out, the muscle recovery that happens during rest, like you can train your legs days and days, like going so hard, doing the most, but you will not see real growth until you rest, until you give your muscles a chance to recover, to replenish. And so that's what this incubation might feel like. It might feel like really uncomfortable because you want to move forward. You're like a self-help junkie where you just want to work on yourself. You want to heal. You want to do this. You don't want anything to take you away from your own practice, your own self-care. And this period of time is not regression. You're in a slingshot. You're being pulled back so you can shoot forward, because that is what comes with the year of the horse. We're in the year of the snake. It's a very different energy than a horse. So right now it's like, let yourself shed. Let yourself shed. You're not going to make any wrong decisions. That you might feel analysis paralysis during this period of time because you're like, what if I can't hold the abundance I'm calling into my life? It's like you're asking yourself the big questions. You're going back to your inner work basics where you might not be like focusing on your output so much. It's more so on your input. And that's natural for the colder seasons. Like, this is a timeless message, but at the time that I'm filming this, we're 1 or 2 days into Sag season. So it's like we're in fall. We're preparing for winter. It's natural for you to be in your incubation. It's natural. Don't resist it. Like this whole, all these, so many messages. You're doing things in an untraditional way. You're choosing your own path. And what I had said in the beginning, like, you're not asking for permission anymore. You're not asking to be understood. You don't need that anymore. And maybe it was an unconscious thing. You didn't realize that you were unconsciously seeking validation from others, because asking yourself the big questions like, do I see my own worth? Do I value my own worth? Like, asking those questions can be really uncomfortable, but I can see you building your confidence because you've been putting in the reps. Literally putting in the reps. Like, things are ramping up. Like, I'm feeling like, I feel this energy in me that's like, it's like wanting to move forward, but knowing that the season that we're in is exactly where it is we're meant to be. And I can feel the frustration. I can feel the friction, the discomfort, the annoyance, how humbling it is to face yourself. But these messages are for the Sovereign Collective. You are not given anything that you cannot handle, because you alchemize in a way that needs to be studied. You turn all evil eye cast at you into fuel, into power, into a deeper self-knowing, into a deeper self-trust. And it's all coming together. It's like these things are trying to penetrate your force field because they want to knock you off balance, because there are people that look at you and ask, why them and not me? And because they are in that vibration, forgive them for their humanness, for they do not know. They don't even know. So it's like you becoming more solid within yourself, but with that solidity can become quite lonely. I feel such an influx of messages coming in right now. Like, you might be experiencing download after download and realizing that things are falling into place so much quicker than you thought they would. Because as soon as you accept that you don't need to close the loop in order for you to move forward, you can simply decide you're ready for something else and move on with your life. You don't need that person to understand you. You don't need that closure. What you need is more self-trust. And that's what this incubation period is for. It's for you to learn how to trust yourself and your decisions more. That reading I was doing on TikTok, it's like coming into play now. It's like you're in this isolation right now. That's the first time that word has come out. You can feel very isolated at this point in your life because you're going through such a personal up-leveling that it's not meant to be shared with others. And it's natural for you to withdraw, to tend to your wounds, to lick your wounds, to feed yourself, to nourish yourself, to let yourself rest, because you already know you have stepped into alignment. Let's stop acting like you have to go seek your alignment. Once I'm ready, once I heal this, then I can, once I show up in this way, once I have these friends, once I have these things, once I can do this, then I can be. You're keeping your manifestations away from you by acting in your old self, by lowering your frequency to be more digestible to the masses. Let them choke. It's not about them. It's about you. This incubation period, this isolation is a gift, because soon the year of the 1 is a masculine energy. So is the 9, because the 9 is like hard cut off. Stop playing with yourself. The year of the 8, well, that's a feminine number. 9 is masculine. 1 is masculine as well. So it's like rest, because that forward moving momentum is not gonna play with you. It's really not. No, it's really not. Ooh, that's too many. Clear messages only, please. Ooh, wow. Okay, so this came out when I was doing my readings on TikTok, and I'm smiling at this 10 of Cups because this is a card to smile about, but also because I just shuffled this whole deck, and this came out earlier too. This came out earlier too for my readings on TikTok. These two cards right here, period. Because this is where you are rewarding yourself for your willingness to experience your life experience. And I know that it's a deeper truth than what it sounds, because often we rush past things and because we have so many things to do. We have so many things to tend to. We have things that are asking for our attention and our energy. But because you are allowing yourself to slow down and experience and feel the truth of your reality, the universe has no budget. I don't mean to be all over the place, but I know you're following along. The universe has no budget. Ask for what it is you want. Because the inner purification that you do, who I'm speaking to, that needs to be studied, because you are always asking yourself, how can I improve? How can I show up better for the people I love? How can I love myself more? How can I trust myself more? How can I make decisions that I'm going to be proud of? This is where you stop acting small. This has been coming up a lot in the readings lately. Acting smaller than you are because of the discomfort of how large your container is. You are so much bigger than the environment you are currently in, and you know that. Certain relationships, you had to dilute yourself because being, relatable? And we have 2 10s back to back. Next year is a 10-year, which is a 1. Beginnings. It's like the beginning of you. It's the beginning of your life. This is the beginning of you really being the deliberate creator that you are. Like, you have had experiences leading you up to this point. Like, take a moment to reflect on all of your life experiences that have led you to be who you currently are now, because it's been preparing you for something so much bigger than you can even fathom. But this feels like serious. This feels serious. Like, come on now. Where is it? Death card. This is so serious for you. And there's nothing or anyone, nothing or no one that can knock you off of the track, of the path you are on, because you are literally making the decisions that are going to lead you to your highest good. And I need you to remember that. I need you to trust that this chapter you're currently in is not going to last forever. No chapters you are in last forever. So take a moment, appreciate the rest, appreciate the slowness, appreciate this opportunity that you have to go deeper within yourself, to sharpen your self-trust, to sharpen your discernment, to become more confident in your delivery, your expression, to remind yourself to respond instead of react, and to forgive yourself when you react instead of respond. Forgive yourself for your humanness. Forgive yourself for all the ways in which you did not show up in the best way for yourself. That grace that you are extending to others, I need you to give that to yourself, because you are very hard on yourself, because I know that you are capable of so much more. And you are finally going to experience the fruits of your labor. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, just like, it's going to be next year, just wait until next year. No, keep doing the work, because you are already abundant. You are already in that timeline. It's not I'm seeking this new timeline and I'm going to keep resting. I'm going to keep playing small. I'm going to stay here and wait, stand still and wait. No, you need to keep moving forward. And things are going to happen in a way that you do not expect. The things you expect, yes, but there's so much more. And once you make that decision that I am here, connect the timelines, put the realities together. I am here now because I said so. And so it is. I don't need to go seek something outside of myself to prove in my own divinity. Whew, Spirit's loud. Spirit is real loud today. They got something to say. Let's pull a final card. Whew, sorry if I'm yelling. Oh my gosh. No, it's influx. Influx of abundance. Influx of fun and excitement and nourishment and fulfillment and satisfaction and peace. It's going to be such an extroverted time. 2026 is going to be. I already know. And for the introverts, that could be like, ooh, that's like, what do you mean it's going to be extroverted? You're going to be saying yes more. You're going to be saying yes to opportunities more. You're going to be saying yes to connection, to possibilities, to new ideas. We got 2 aces. Period. 2 aces? Come on now. You already know. Act like you know. Like, take your time. Say goodbye to the past. Literally say goodbye to the past. Make your peace with it. Add it to your lore. Add it to the lore and keep it pushing. Because your life experience is unique. You are a unique soul. Take up space. Stop being afraid of your own momentum. Stop being afraid of your own momentum. You got to. Because when I look at you, I see the worth. And I also see the ways in which you doubt yourself. I see your fear. I see how much you strive for perfection. Do I need to remind you? No. What's going on here? Another ace. Another ace. You are that bitch. You are that bitch. Literally. You are the alchemist. You are the magician. You call the shots. You drive the boat. That's you. You did not put in all this work just to stop here. Take a moment and grieve. Say goodbye to your old life because you're ready for better, period. You're ready for better. And so it is. You're ready for better. One last card just to close out this message. Just a message to take with us for the next 24 hours. Oh. We have the Queen of Wands, and now we got the King of Wands. And this is the Queen of Cups right here. I say oh because, there's no negative cards in tarot. There's no negative. This is a 9. The 9 of Swords. This is the 10 of Swords. You're clearing things out. This is a part of alchemy. This is a part of the journey that creates poets. This is the part of the journey that makes you an artist. This darkness that you are in, it's not something to play about. It's not something to try to sweep under the rug or strong arm your way through it or intellectualize your way through your emotions. This season is meant for you to feel deeply and to let yourself float in the ocean. Like your heart is wide open, and that's vulnerability that you're feeling. You might have not been able to put a name on it, but it's vulnerability. Because you're letting your heart open despite the apologies you never received, the closure you never got that you were seeking or hoping for. You're not meant to wait for everything to be perfect in order for you to accept your own worth. And this is the hard part. This is the ugly part. This is the gruesome part of sovereignty. It's natural for you to feel growing pains because you are growing. I know that, like, I'm literally seeing you up at night, going to sleep way later than you typically do because you're thinking. This is literally you. This is literally you. The discomfort, the friction, the resistance. It's time to let it all go. And no one is coming to save you but yourself, and you know that. But this is a reminder. These messages are just reminders. These messages are just sent to you to decalcify your third eye, for you to remind yourself of your worth. You were not regressing. You are in a slingshot, and that momentum that is building, please trust that it's all happening for you. Can you trust the darkness you're in? Can you trust the lessons that you haven't quite understood yet? Because you know that this chapter of your life, it all happens for a reason. But this chapter specifically could be really testing you and your own faith in yourself. It's testing your ability to surrender to the unknown because you want to hold so tightly on what it is you do know. You want to plan, you want to organize, you want to make things happen, you want to put things into place. Trust, you will have that time again. The ebb cannot exist without the flow and vice versa. So this is a season of ebb for you to go deeper within, for you to see more of your own humanness, of your own humanity, of your own divinity. Because you cannot have this without this. This is duality. This is duality, the 10 and the 10. The dark does not exist without the light, and vice versa. This is yin and yang. This is duality. You see the energetic shift in this message? Because this message feels so much more serious compared to all of the other ones. And it was just 2244 right now as I'm speaking. Like, and that's another thing. The 444, the 222, your own personal spirit guidance numbers, 1212, 1717, all of that. Like, it's just reminders for you, just knowing that you are protected. You are so protected. So during this shedding, this upheaval, dare I say, that is the final chapter of this 9, just know that I see you and that you are not alone. Like, these readings are for the Sovereign Collective. We go through similar things at the same time. And I know that this darkness that you are experiencing, it feels like you're in the bottom of the ocean. It could be quite scary at times, but it's nonetheless empowering. But it's like the part of the spiritual journey that you don't share with other people. This is the work that we often, like I said, turn into poetry. We don't just talk to anyone about this, because this is deep. This is soul level work that is not for the weak. And so if you are here, I congratulate you for being a part of a very small percentage of people in this human experience that are willing to face their shadow, who are willing to face themselves, to break the shackles, to jump timelines, because you don't need to resonate and lower your vibration. You don't need to resonate at a lower frequency because the belonging that it gives you. You don't need that permission from other people anymore. You don't. So I can see you and your willingness to embrace the unknown, embrace yourself with the sacrifice of who it is you used to be. And when you sacrifice your old self, when you throw them into the volcano, It's natural for you to grieve your old self, your old life, because that old self and old life came with certain connections that you do not have anymore. And so you could feel like you're floating in the abyss. Which way do I go? Where's the bottom? Where's the top? How much air do I have? This is the part of the journey that makes you you. This is the part of the journey that turns you into the alchemist.